y'all. Today I wanted to go through and share with you my meal prep that I'm getting ready to do as we speak. I already had everything lined up and ready to go. I went through and decided what groceries I had to prep. I kind of been brainstorming what I've been craving for. Of course, spicy foods, right? And if you've been following some of my posts or have seen some of my meal prep recipes from before, I stick to a lot of the same things because it's just easy, and I, kind of like those same food groups, especially the spicy shrimp. It's a tongue twister, right? So I'm gonna be making that tonight along with some Chipotle black bean burgers, which I got at Costco, and also gonna ground up some turkey, or cook it, I guess. It won't steal the credit of grounding it. But then I'm gonna make a burrito bowl like I usually do because they're so good. You can't ever get enough of them, right? Plus, they stay in the fridge very well, compared to tortillas and everything like that. And for a breakfast item, I'm gonna go to some scrambled eggs, with some egg whites, a little bit of cashew milk, and season those up. And then I'm just gonna prep some veggies and season them a little bit differently so they're not completely the same thing. So I hope you enjoy this video. I do want to show you guys some of the items I'm going to be prepping, because for me, when I see somebody else cooking something and I taste it or it turns out and it looks amazing, I want to know the exact ingredients. And I'm a visual memory person, recaller. So I always like to see what they're actually buying, like what the container looks like. Because I'll be in the egg aisle or shrimp aisle or whatever, and I'm like, okay, what did they have? What bag is it? Because I feel like sometimes it can vary so much. It could ruin your whole entire recipe. And we just can't have that, right? So I'm gonna share that with you so you don't have to worry about it. This is the shrimp. It is the cooked tail off shrimp, the jumbos that I get at Costco in the frozen section, of course. Super good, love it. The black Chipotle black bean burgers come in a box like this, also the freezer section at Costco. And it's not too important, but these are the green beans I'm cooking. I honestly don't remember where I got them, but that's what they look like. And Brussels sprouts. Pretty sure I got those at Costco. Oriental stir fry frozen section at Aldi's. I'm not gonna use the sauce. I'm gonna just use my own spices and probably coconut oil or EVOO. This is my favorite, brown rice. I get it at Hy-Vee. It's super good. I ain't got time to make the regular big rice, okay? This you can boil it in the bag. Just pop it in a container with some water. It takes 10 minutes. Or 8, because then you reheat it again. So yeah. And then I get these at Costco, eggs, and then egg whites as well, Costco. So, oh yeah. And the ground turkey. I'm gonna make a whole big mess here. This is the ground turkey I get. Oh, Hannah, ice coming off and everything. And I get that. It is Butterball Everyday Fresh Ground Turkey from Costco. Imagine that, right? So those are some of the staples that I'm gonna be cooking tonight. Flinging water everywhere. Bam, just magic, And I have some apples. So yeah, hopefully that helps you with your shopping. Or just your entertainment, if anything else. Okay, let's get started. So you want to go ahead and get out your cookie sheets, any pans that you'll be using to cook, tin foil, saran wrap, cooking spray, extra virgin olive oil, and spices that you plan on using for the first items that you're going to be cooking. And then you can start getting those ready to put in the oven with the seasonings and spices and all of that on there. And those are going in the oven, which is preheated already to 400 degrees, and depending, it might take 20 minutes to 40 minutes. They're frozen, so probably longer, quite a bit longer than if they had been fresh. Just gonna set this timer for 30 minutes and see where we're at then. Next, you can go ahead and get another cookie sheet out and do the same exact thing for the preparation of another batch of veggies. I had used green beans, which were frozen, and seasoned those to put those on the top rack in the oven to bake along with my Brussels sprouts. While those are cooking, I set the timer to make sure to remind myself to check those in about 30 minutes. And then I got the stove top going for the pan so they could heat up, and sprayed them with cooking spray, put ground turkey in one of them, and the other one I'm going to use for scrambled eggs. For the scrambled eggs, I'm just going to use whole eggs, egg whites, and a little bit of cashew milk, along with some seasonings to add some more flavor. And I always try to toggle between pans just so that nothing burns and everything is cooking evenly. So then that way it's done in a timely manner and helps with the flavoring and the texture of both of the dishes. You can find different meal prep containers. I usually go to Amazon. I have the 3 compartment, I have just the single, and then the taller single. And I look for ones that are dishwasher safe and that are freezer safe as well, are the 2 main things. But just check, also review the ratings. I've had ones where I've bought and the first time that I try to put the lid on and I take the lid off, the side of it cracks. So make sure to review the ratings and double check that they are freezer safe and dishwasher safe, unless you want to wash them by hand, which I ain't got time for that. I'm prepping and eating, and the dishwasher, that's its job, right? But just wanted to give you some ideas. Once my eggs are done, I'm going to put those in a Tupperware container and get another batch going, so that way I can have multiple days ready to go in the fridge. I want to make sure that my ground turkey is cooking evenly. I'll get my spices out to season that before it's finished. Stir my eggs. And then I'm going to season those slightly differently than how I did for my other batch, so then every day can have a little bit of a twist to it. Once my ground turkey is almost done, that's when I'll start adding my seasonings. But when my eggs are finished, I'm going to put those in another container and get my 3rd day of eggs ready to go so they can start cooking. Next, I'll be adding the spices to the ground turkey, and since I'm making burrito bowls, I want it to be kind of a spicier flavoring to add some heat to the burrito bowls. When that's finished, I'm going to put another pan on there, spray that with cooking spray, and then I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil before I add my shrimp. I'm going to let the shrimp cook so it can absorb the water. And then I'm going to season my eggs a little bit differently than the others. As I'm cooking, I want to make sure to try to keep the area as cleaned up as possible. So I put some of the ingredients away, especially cold or frozen items, and then I put stuff in the dishwasher as I'm going through so then that way I don't have a complete mess when I'm finished. I'll get my rice going, put that in water in the microwave, and then I want to stir my veggies so they don't burn to the pan. I'm going to take out my beans and corn, so those can start in the microwave. And I'm not going to cook them the full time. I'm just going to warm them a little bit, since the next time I reheat them, I don't want them to overcook. Once my shrimp is starting to warm up, I do want to drain some of the water, especially since it was slightly frozen, so that way they can cook a little bit faster. I'm going to add my seasonings to make them spicy shrimp, very similar to my ground turkey. Once my veggies are done, which the timer did go off, I want to remove them, and the ones that were on the bottom of the shelf, I want to place them on the top so they can get a little bit of a variety in the way they're cooking. I'm going to get the next pan ready for my other ingredients that I'm going to be cooking, which is going to be the stir-fry vegetables. Very similar, going to use tin foil, extra virgin olive oil, and just different seasonings, and put those on the other rack. My last cookie sheet is going to be for my chipotle black bean burgers, since those will be going in the oven as well. When my rice is done, I'm going to take that out and put in another bag of rice. I'm making 2 bags total. My shrimp's done. I'm just going to move those right into the meal prep containers so they're ready to go. That way when the beans and the corn are finished and the rice, I can divvy those up same way. I pull out my green beans, put in the black bean burgers, and now I'm going to move on to divvying up the ingredients for the meal prep containers so they're ready to go. I do use my 21 Day Fix measuring cups when I'm breaking them down, but you can just use regular measuring cups or whatever works best for you. I just try to have a little bit of a variety in each container, so then that way you don't have to have the same exact thing, or you can get a little bit more of one ingredient one day and less the next. And of course, you always have to have some veggies mixed in there too. I'm going to finish with the rice since that got done. Once I get everything divvied up, I'm going to flip the black bean burgers and mix my veggies one last time. We're almost done! Yay! And it smells good in here, surprisingly. So, yeah. Once my burgers and veggies are done, I'm going to divvy those up the same exact way that I did for all the rest of my ingredients.